Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. Well, most of my videos recently have all been about skincare, which no problem with that. I love skincare, you love skincare. However, I'm also a big makeup girl. And all this time I have been buying, trying, and testing new makeup. And so I thought I'd bring to you the makeup that I've bought that I've loved. There've been a bunch of duds that I've purchased, and I'm not doing those today. Maybe I will do like a makeup and skincare, not for me. But today is all about the makeup that is new to me and that I've been loving. Now, all the makeup is currently on my face that I'm going to talk about. There are other products on my face that I'm not going to talk about, but let's just get right into it. So you probably saw one of my most recent videos on the new Makeup Forever foundation. This is their HD Skin Hydra Glow. I'm still wearing it. I still love it. I love how lightweight it is. I love that it has a nice glow to it. You know, I've got that mature skin. We do not really do so well with like full on matte foundations anymore. So having a glow is a must for me. This is kind of like my, I'm going to say like second or third favorite foundation in my rotation right now. My number one is always going to be, as far as I'm concerned, the NARS. And then after that is the House Labs Triclone. But this one here fits in perfectly. I'm able to rotate all of them. I love everything about this. I love the shade range. That's one of the things I like about this more than I like about the NARS Light Reflecting is the NARS line runs very warm and yellow. I actually had to buy another shade of the Light Reflecting, and I have to mix to get the right shade for me, which is fine because I love the formula that much. I was willing to do that. But I don't have to do that with the Makeup Forever. So if you don't feel like playing chemist with your foundation, you may want to look at this because I just think their shade range is so great. But if you really want to know the other reasons why I enjoy this so much, I will leave the video for this linked up here and also down in the description box. All right, next up is my most recent purchase. I ran out and got this on launch day from Makeup by Mario, his new Master Mattes in the neutrals. I bought this, of course, I buy everything he launches, and I'm gonna say 95% of his launches. And the minute I saw this, I was like, yes, this is 100% for me. This took me back to the eyeshadows that I wore in the early 90s. If any of you were familiar with Kevin Aucoin and his Facebook, this just screams Kevin Aucoin in the early 90s. That whole like supermodel glam era, these were the shades. I'm wearing them right now, but the funny thing is, you see this here like a blue gray shade? I have been searching for a shade like this forever because I just love how it looks on an eye, like used as an eyeliner. Now, I didn't do it this time, but I love using kind of like a pinky shade like this all over the entire lid, and then using some sort of a blue-gray for an eyeliner. I just think it's so pretty. However, I have had the worst time in years trying to find the right shade of blue-gray to use for a liner. Sometimes it's too navy, sometimes it's too gray. Most times, actually, it's been too gray. This, when I saw it online, I knew it was going to be perfect, and it is. I've been wearing it nonstop. I'm obsessed with it. And I love how this is like so neutral, natural, easy. No one has to wear this palette and feel like they're too glam for work, they're too glam for daytime. This is the perfect everyday palette. Yeah, I'm absolutely obsessed with it. Now, the one thing that I will say about his Master Matte palettes is sometimes they can come off muddy, but that's for the overblenders like me. These shadows are so smooth and so easy to blend that for those of us who just like to take a blending brush and just sit and blend and blend and blend, if you do that, you will make it muddy because you only need to do the slightest bit of blend to make these perfect. So save yourself like all the time and agony of overblending, just a little blend and it'll be perfect. I swear his products are made for ease. All right, next up, this is like something that's been around for a long time. This is the, let me get it right. It's the Kosis Revealer Concealer. However, not too long ago, they came out with more shades, and that was the problem for me. I could never wear this because all the shades were just too yellow, too golden for me. I went and was like color matched several times at Sephora, and they never had the right shade for me. And so I was left out. Everyone else was enjoying the crap out of this, and I couldn't because they just weren't matching for me. So I now have the shade, I think it is 1.5C, and it works great for me. I'm super, super happy with it. And just like everyone else, I love the formula because it's very creamy, it's easy to blend, it doesn't like crack or anything. It's a really nice, lightweight, easy to wear formula that's hydrating. However, the one thing that I'm not the hugest fan about, and it's like Kosis in general or any of these other like clean brands that are like preservative free, you have to be very careful for how long you're using this and just pay attention, because anything that you touch to your face and then goes back into a liquid, you are transferring bacteria from your face into here. And because they don't use preservatives, bacteria at some point will start to grow and multiply. And if you notice this has a funky smell, throw it out immediately. It is done. It is past its time. But until that, as long as it's like scent free, you are good to use it. But you do not want to be getting any infections in the eye area. That being said, I love it. I know it sounds like, woo, extremes there. All right, now, because my brows are just the bane of my existence, I am like mostly into like the very teeny tiny, the teeny tiny brow pencils that it's really easy to just get those nice hair-like strokes. I don't know if I had talked about this or not before. This is the Kosis Brow Pop Nano. I have it in the shade medium brown. I actually need to get it in a darker color. I love it. But because I loved it so much, I was inspired when Benefit came out with the Precisely My Brow Detailer. Now, what I love about this, and I'm sure that most of you have seen it, there's a little plastic tip here. Do you see that? I read the box. Of course I did. I always do that. You're only supposed to roll the tip up a little, just like the tiniest amount above this plastic. This is like a guard that is supposed to like help you get those nice little hair-like strokes, but also keeps it from breaking off, because look at how skinny that is. It's totally gonna break off. So it needs that little guard. So if you bought this and you're like, mine keeps breaking, it's because you have the little crayon part up too far. This I have in the shade 2.5. It's what I'm wearing today. Listen, I'm super happy with it. Benefit, as far as I'm concerned, Benefit owns brows. They do pretty much everything right. And of course, on the end, it has a spoolie. It's everything you expect from Benefit. All right, now this is an oldie but goodie, and I haven't used it in a long time, from Urban Decay. This is their 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil. I picked it up in the shade Demolition. Now, I like to tightline. These pencils are the best as far as I'm concerned, because they are very, very creamy. Look at how easily that goes on. Gorgeous, easy, smooth. But I wanted it for tight lining, and I wanted this shade because I don't like black on my eyes. It's just too stark. Brown is sometimes just a little too light or blah. But this here I just felt was like the nice in-between that I was looking for. And it's the 24/7, so it stays on really, really nicely. And I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's because like things are changing with my eyes as I age, but I need to tightline now, because if I don't, and it's just, you know, normal eyeshadow, mascara, blah, 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 and I just look in the mirror, I'm like, something is missing. And it's always the tight lining. I know it looks crazy as hell when you're doing it, especially if I do it on camera, or when I watch anyone else do it on camera. Freaks me out, but it's really not that big a deal. All right, so the current viral sensation from Patrick Ta is his new shades of his double take cream and powder blushes. I picked up the shade Not Too Much. That's just my whole, like, look at that. That's me, 100% me. And I was looking for something that was like a little more natural, and well, you can't get much more natural than that. However, when I saw it, I was like, that reminds me so much of She's Blushing. And when I show them to you together, you're going to be like, girl, why did you even bother? And when I say there is a huge difference, it's crazy how much of a difference there is between the two of them. Now, I am wearing Not Too Much on my cheeks today. Of course, I did it the way he does it, with the powder first. Then I went on top with the cream just a little bit. I actually use the Beauty Blender, tap, tap, tap in here, then tap, tap on the back of my hand. And I find it puts down the right amount of product that way. If I just go right into the pan and then right on top, it's too much. So, and here's the thing, I watch Patrick Ta. I watch all of these makeup artists who have makeup lines, and I watch exactly how they use their own products, because that makes a total difference. And he literally uses the tiniest amount, and just, he does these little like pat and roll, pat and roll, pat and roll, and then he's done. So I said to myself, listen here, you heavy-handed blush wearer, just do like Patrick and it'll be much nicer. And it is. I'm not wearing a highlighter today because these creams give off just the right amount of sheen, and I think they're so lovely. But let me show you the difference between the new one, the Not Too Much, and the She's Blushing. So if you see it in store, you might get confused, but when it's on, it's completely different. All right, so the first two shades here are the cream and the powder from Not Too Much, and then the second two are the cream and the powder from She's Blushing. So you can tell there is a difference, especially in the intensity of the pigment. And trust me, this one, the she's blushing is just on the face. It's like deeper and almost like a slightly bit more reddish. It's nice for me, especially in the summertime, because it just works with my freckles. But for like a neutral, natural, all the time, any time of year, this Not Too Much, I think is perfect for me. Now, I'm not saying that is two other new shades. There's like a pink shade and a coral shade aren't perfect for me. I have a feeling they would be absolutely perfect for me, and don't rule out not seeing them on my channel at some point in the future. They're so pretty. I really want them too. This was a bit of a surprise to me that I even bothered picking up. Huda came out with some new shades. I want to say there were 2 new shades in her Easy Bake Powder, although maybe just the one. This is Peach Pie. I picked up, what does she call these? Baby bakes. They're just tiny ones because you know that I love her cherry blossom cake, and you can tell there's a significant difference in the size. But because of the fragrance, it bothers my eyes. As a matter of fact, this eye has been running since I used this, but I wanted to see the shade on this. The Peach Pie is so nice. It's what I have under my eyes. It's what I use to set all over my face. It's great. It's what I expected. I love the shade. So if you don't like the extreme brightening that the cherry blossom gives you, or maybe your skin just isn't the right shade, maybe your complexion is too deep and you don't like the pink, maybe your complexion is too yellow, too olive, and you don't like the pink, I think you would like the Peach Pie a lot. I'm obviously a pale neutral girl and it works nicely on me. It doesn't look yellow or too, I was afraid it was going to be a little too orange. Not at all. Honestly, the only bad thing I have to say about it is the packaging for these little ones. It's a pain to open, and then to get it out, you have to like kind of like pound it into this little thing, and this is round, so it's not really easy for using under the eye. So I actually go in with my triangle puff on top of here and I pick it up in here, which is okay. It's fine. It's just kind of a pain in the ass to get it out of here, but I guess that's me problem. All right, and lastly, I've been using this for probably 2 months now. This is from L'Oreal. This is the Voluminous Panorama. I have it in the shade 703 Black, and I of course have the waterproof formula. I am enjoying the crap out of this. It does a really nice job of like lengthening and separating the lashes and keeping them like, I don't want to say looking natural because it's not natural, but it is more natural than some other mascaras I have. I actually bought it to compare and contrast with a very high-end mascara, and I'm not super pleased with that, so we'll talk about that in another video. But this here, like, listen, we all know the drugstore kills it when it comes to mascara, and I think this was like around 10 or 11 bucks when I picked it up. Love it. I cannot recommend it highly enough. I will say one of the reasons I love it is because my lashes do stay up straight. It doesn't flake or, you know, transfer or do any of that. But I do get the waterproof version, and waterproof usually is what makes those things stick for me. So if you're not a waterproof girly, I can't 100% say what it's going to be like. But because L'Oreal is so amazing with their mascaras, I have a feeling you can get away with using the waterproof and your lashes will still stand up straight and look just as like lovely as mine do, if I do say so myself. Oh, these I never really got around to telling you guys about. I bought them. I wasn't filming at the time. These are from Ellie Glines here on YouTube. This is her brand Ravi Beauty. I picked up her 3 Effortless lips. So they're in the shades Tulip, Dahlia, and Lily. I actually don't have any of them on right now. Let me quick put for you. I'll put Dahlia on because it's one of my favorites. The reason why I haven't told you guys about them is because they've been in my purse ever since I got them. And once it's in my purse, I kind of forget about, like, to tell you guys about it. But they're nice because they're like, well, let me show you. They are like easy and effortless. They're balmy. They have a nice glow to them. I'm not going to say they stick around the longest, but that's okay. Usually your balmy ones don't last forever. Here, I'm going to show you Lily. This is like the really neutral. I use this all the time. I love that shade. But I, of course, love supporting the girlies here on YouTube. And when I saw that Ellie came out with these, I was like, well, of course I'm going to buy them. All right, and this is the shade Tulip, which is a little pinkier, which I'm sure going to be wearing the heck out of this spring. It's one of those shades that I like to wear because I know it brightens up my face, especially when I don't have any makeup on. Aren't they pretty though? Now, Ellie's brand you can only get online, and I'll leave you links for them down below along with the links for everything else, but I believe if you buy them as a bundle of 3, you save a little bit of money. And actually, let me show you how much product you get here. You get a decent amount, and they feel comfortable. They have like the lightest sweet scent. It's nothing offensive. I don't like taste it, or it's not, you know, it's not bothering me. And they're nice because you can just do like a couple swipes and you get like a nice wash of color, or you can go in ham and really build it up and get like a lipsticky look. I like them. All right, I think that's a pretty good roundup. It's kind of like a decent amount of makeup that I'm actually really enjoying as of late. And if you're new to my channel, hello, my name is Jennifer. I'm into all things hair, skin, and makeup. And if you are too, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. I upload every Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And I will, of course, leave links to all these products in my description box below. And I want to thank you guys who have been shopping through my links. I make a little bit of commission off them, and it really does help support me and my channel. And I am so grateful that you guys have been using them. It's like kind of blowing my mind. And it also lets me see the things that you guys like that I like. It kind of like warms my heart. All right, you guys, as always, I want to thank you so much for being with me, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.